All right, shalom to let Israel, to the hopeful let Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, born Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak, Barak, Barak. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, name of the Heavenly Father, everybody eat them because God, his true name in the ancient Hebrew, which is the Lashwan Qadash, his true name is Yahawah, Bahasham. Means in the name of Yahawashi, the Holy One of Israel, everybody called Jesus Christ, so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, who was slain at the foundation of the earth for the salvation of the elect of Israel. Then you got 2/3 of the wicked Israelites here in America, Babylon the Great, and the other wicked Israelites who are scattered across the four corners of the earth that'll come back to the loins of the elect after the destruction. Heavenly Father gave his only begotten Son out of the world to complete this work. So we always want to give double honors to those apostles, great millstone, let us all to his truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and brag to find those who fear the name of the Lord, striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah 3:5, it is not slack. 2 Peter 3:9, unto a ring. 2 chapter 5, verse 42. Shalom, nice to beliefs out there tuning in here on after Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, Atham. We're going to get into a quick lesson. Let me do something real quick because computer's going real slow. I think I got some extra tabs open that I can shut down. So let's go a little faster before we get started. Okay, it's going a lot faster now. Hold on. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Okay, I can go over here. It's lucky y'all's computer's going real slow right now. I'm about to get it going, starting to pick up. All right, well, the title is The Secrets of Babylon. Okay, Esau used Michael Jordan to get Jake. Oh, it says Esau used Michael Jordan and sports to get Jake to worship the beast system. So we're going to go into this topic. Spirit kind of came on me to go across this. And, it's not something that, I've went over in a while, but I want to kind of, Spirit's telling me to go back in this because, music and sports is a big stronghold for Jake. And, a lot of people idolized Michael Jordan. And we're going to get into it and show you the wickedness of the industry, the wickedness of, how Esau Edom uses our people to get, 2/3 of Israel here in Babylon the Great. Basically, when we say 2/3, that means out of every 3 Israelites, 2 of them are going to die here, okay, in their sins. They're not going to make it out because they didn't hearken to the prophets, okay? And then you got, the other wicked Israelites scattered across the 4 corners of the earth. So, but ultimately they use them because the majority of Israel is in America, okay? There's some, small regions of Israelites, scattered, but most of us are here, okay? So going into it, we're going to do some precepts and then we're going to go through a couple videos. Try to balance out the precepts in the video. So, like we were saying, Lord witness edifying to the flock. Well, we were saying, they used Michael Jordan to basically, like I was saying, get you to worship the beast system when the beast system is NATO and the EU. Okay, that's what the beast system is. So we're going to start right here, James chapter 5, verse 1. And I'm going to read this in the blue letter. So we'll get started. We'll watch a couple things. So here we go. And as always, this is GMS Bahasham coming out of GMS Oklahoma camp. So misuse of riches. It's the name of this section. 1 James chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, reap and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Right? Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. We're going to show you how Mr. Michael Jordan and his riches are corrupted. We're going to break it down to you and give you, because numbers don't lie. And we're going to show you because it says, we'll go into it in a little bit, the use of money and what uses it can be for and what it is used for. Okay. In this sense, money in this sense is being used as what? A witness. Okay. Against certain people here in Babylon. Ultimately, Esau, even the so-called white man, and 2/3 of our people, and also the heathen nations. Your riches are corrupted, your garments are moth-eaten. Verse 3, your gold and canker is silver. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and ye shall and shall eat your flesh as it were fire, right? Because those missiles. Okay. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Okay. And that's the days that we're in. We're in the last days. We're in the last days of the last days, because the last days really started when Yahawashi was crucified on the scene, and was rose again and came back and, spoke to his prophets, spoke to the believers, and he left. Okay. And we're going to show you why these people's riches are cankered. We're going to go into this word canker in the Greek. I'll show you what that means. And we're going to go into different uses of money. Money can be used as a resource, which is a defense. Okay. But money can also be used as a witness against you, depending on how you use it. And money is, of course,
Strong's G 2728. Katiao.
Money can be used, as today the modern dollar is money, but back then money was resources, and that's why this truth is also considered as money. It is a resource to the elect. So we're going to go into different types of money today. So that word, it says to rust over, covered with rust. That's what it means to be cankered. Okay. And when you also read in Sirach 12:11, that's what it says. Okay. And really, Spirit on me came today because I actually learned about this topic that I'm going to bring up before I came into truth. So, it's not something I normally bring up, but the Spirit came on me to go into it. And, in these videos, some stuff you got to pick the bones out of it. So we're going to go over it together. Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 11. When we say that, it means that some stuff is going off in it, like a couple things. But, I'm going to mention them as it goes along. Sirach, chapter 12, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, right? Yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away, right? That his cankered kingdom, with all the money they've made through slavery and ill gains and sex slave trade and all these other different means of them making their riches. It is a witness against them. We're going to go into that and show you a way that is, it's being witnessed now. We're going to watch this. We're going to watch this in a second, but I want to pull up one more precept, and then we're going to go into some stuff. Psalm chapter 10, verse 10, go into a video, and then we're going to look at some more precepts, and then we're going to watch that video, and then we're going to get out of here. So this is Psalm chapter 10, verse 10. He croucheth and humbled himself, right? We talked about Esau, even so-called white man, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And who is his strong ones? One of them is Michael Jordan. And we're going to pull that out and show you and give you, the rundown of really what the Spirit is put on me to bring across today. So first we're going to go, and another interesting thing, Michael Jordan was actually born in 1963, a little bit before JFK died. So that was a very eventful year. A lot of people came into the earth that were to do things for Esau, and a lot of people that were taken out of the earth were, people who were already working for Esau, coming into the presidents. We're going to go into some things and show you, a little bit about, the Illuminati. And when you go into the Illuminati just means illumination. And that's the left-hand side of the Lord. They've been illuminated with this understanding of wickedness. Okay. That's all it means. They're the illuminated ones, but there's a right-hand side of the Lord that is illuminated as well, and in all truth and reality, the elect is the true Illuminati. They're the true illuminated beings of the planet. They're so secret that nobody knows who they are. Everybody knows who the Illuminati is on this side. On the left-hand side, we all know it's the Rothschilds, big banking companies, all these guys. Musicians sacrifice their families to these people, man, to these small hats. And we're going to prove it today. So first, we're going to start with this guy. Not everybody knows who he is, but, he's an old-time rapper. His name's Noreaga. Okay, in the time that Nas, a lot of people like Nas, you musician fans out there, you music fans, because that's two things that Jake has a stronghold on. He idolizes musicians and idolizes, sports stars and actors, So we're going to go into that. And, Lord, when this is edifying to, new people coming in, maybe this will be something, really see the darkness that is in this industries, man. So this is what Noreaga said. And Noreaga was big, he was making double platinum. And I've went over this before a while back, but I want to do this to mention how we know what door. He's going to speak about these doors. We're going to show you what door Michael Jordan went through, okay, to gain his riches, to make them what? Corrupt and moth-eaten. So let's just watch this and let's see what Noreaga has to say about the industry. And the title of this, and he was on Vlad TV. And, Vlad is a small hat, which is, the ones who say they're Israel, but they're not. Those are actually Edomites. Those are so-called white people. Okay. They keep claiming they're Israel, but they're not. So this is on his channel. This is not for monetary gain. This is not for anything. This is for educational purposes only. Public fair act use, as we always say. So let's check this out.
What do you think is, you mentioned this in the interview, what do you think is hip-hop's obsession with the Illuminati?
I think hip-hop obsession with Illuminati is because we don't really know if it's real or not. Like, we don't, like, there's things that make you like, and then there's things that make you say, I don't know. But that's like the devil. Like, it's actually like the devil. Like, do you really know if the devil, like, every time you do something stupid, you be like, that's the devil, all right? But every time you do something good, a lot of people might praise God. They may be like, you know what I'm saying? But Nobody really knows the answers. Like, as much as religious as you can be, or as religious as you can be, religious as you can be, religious as I can be, if this table right here doesn't believe in God, you can't convince it.
Right. And the point I want to make about this is 2/3 is basically like a table. They're hard-headed. They're not going to get it. And this is also, at this point, from what we know, a 2/3 Israelite. Okay. An Israelite that doesn't take heed to the warning. They have their own interpretation of the scriptures. They don't think anybody else has the correct interpretation. And they're like tables. That's why the Lord said, don't try to convince someone who doesn't want to be convinced, because they're 2/3. You know, like he said, you can't convince a table to believe in the Most High. So you want to look at an Israelite, a stubborn Israelite, they don't want to get the truth. They're like a table. It's like you trying to talk to a table. It's not going to work.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what the Illuminati is. The whole thing is, it exists to a certain extent, but we don't know if it's real. So that obsession will never stop, because.
And that doesn't make any sense, because the title says what? The Illuminati exists, period. But what they're really asking them is, does the Illuminati exist in hip hop? That's what they're about to ask them. And in sense, our people are connected, because what it say in Psalms 10:10, it said that he make the poor ones fall by his strong ones. The strong, when it talks about, that's talking about the Jakes that have influence in the world, Jakes that people all idolize. Okay. Because
there's a person who could tell you, God saved me and God came down and touched me, but he's the only one who saw it. You feel me?
And that's not true either, because the angels are watching at all times. So just because you alone and something happened to you, trust me, the angels are watching everything and recording everything. There's nothing that we can do that cannot be seen.
Look at the line, Illuminati got my mind.
That's Prodigy. That's Prodigy. Big up Prodigy. Yes. Okay. Yes. I came out of jail reading The Pale Horse, and I read all that. And listen, I know Illuminati exists. Does it exist in hip hop? Probably not, but it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that some of our people are connected. It wouldn't be, like, it just wouldn't be. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to say it, but so I think that's what the whole obsession with Illuminati is that it can exist, and then it could also not be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as much as we all love God, we don't really know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really know if there's a God. You don't really know if there's a devil, and that's
how Jake is convinced. He's convinced that we don't really have any real proof, but through faith, we know that this is real. And there's so much evidence to show that it's real as well. But faith has to be applied for you to get the 100% truth. That is the hopeful elect. That is who is going to understand the true understanding of these scriptures fully. You know, and sometimes it takes time. It says necessary patience. You know, it takes necessary patience when you're seeking the Lord. Can't expect to get everything overnight. We're talking about, you know, a whole heritage of history that has been swiped away from us for thousands of years. You have to be patient when you learn stuff like that.
Oh, that's the power of religion, is the faith. You know what I'm saying? That's the actual power, is you have to believe that. You know what I'm saying? So if you believe there's Illuminati, I'm pretty sure I mean, in hip hop, because Illuminati exists, period. But in hip hop, we have to see.
So outside of it, you feel it exists?
Outside of hip hop, of course, look, there is an Illuminati, but now these are supposed to be old, rich, white guys, you know, that
they know this because why? Because they pay these guys to be what? Influencers for Jake to be wicked. Okay, they know who fucking Illuminati is.
You know, they was the investors of the pyramids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was the dudes who paid Albuquerque and these guys, you know what I'm saying, to build the jump walls. But does it exist in hip hop? Would they even let people like us in there? Or is there a hip hop Illuminati? We don't know. And I'm just as curious as you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I'll be feeling like I'm down with the Illuminati, and then sometimes I'm like, them niggas ain't fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying?
What you're saying, what? he was saying that he's been in contact with him. That's what he's saying. But he don't feel like they fucking with him because he's not getting all the way down with the program. And we're going to show you what the program is real soon.
I don't know, man, but it's a level of success where it's a door. It's a door. When you platinum and you getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you could walk in. I'm not sure if it's homo or if it's Illuminati. I just didn't take that though. I went straight.
What do you mean?
Listen. When you get to a level of success, when you getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world. There's 3 different doors, right? There's 3 different ways to walk. There's to the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man.
Okay.
Let's see if it's all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that when you went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the homo shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors.
It's just you.
Right? So to be offered something and not know what it means, he's basically saying he knows what it is. Okay? But he's not saying it online. Okay? Because more than likely he's terrified. Okay?
It's just your offer. Some gay shit.
I don't. No. I'm saying that to the right when I seen it, those was those guys over there. You know what I'm saying? Those different people, which I have no problem with. You know, that's y'all. You feel me? And I just chose to go straight, and I haven't been platinum since.
Right? So he claims that since he didn't choose one of them doors, and what was one of them? He said, I don't know if it was some sacrifice shit over there, but I was offered this door, which means what? They're giving him the details on what's in these doors. That's why he mentioned them like that, okay? And we're going to show you which way Michael Jordan went. He went left, okay? We're going to prove it. And first, we're going to get into some more precepts. We're going to go in this because even like, you know, I had people in my immediate family, they love Michael Jordan. They're like, this guy is a genius. And I have friends and they had you worshiping the beast system, which is NATO and the EU. It's what you were worshiping when you were idolizing this man. And he ain't the only one. This is just the one that we're talking about today. That's, you know, the secrets of Babylon. This is the case of Michael Jordan. He is being put on trial, and his riches is a witness against him, and he is considered a 2/3 unless he repent. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's what makes Jake go left or right when them doors pop up. Just like Noriega was saying, he said, yeah, you get double platinum, you're making 50 grand. It's the same way over there with sports. You start making a whole bunch of money, you're going to get offered these doors. And one way you're going to have to go, and if you go straight, you're not going to be considered a star here, somebody important here. There's only one way to the top. It's doing it their way. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which some coveted after, which means what? They sold out. They have erred from the faith. They didn't have faith in the Lord and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. And ultimately, it's going to be that MOTB. It's what they're going to pierce themselves with to keep their cankered riches, their riches with blood all over it. That's why we don't want none of this money, you know. And not saying that we don't use money, you know, it's like I said, it's a defense, but our money is respectfully earned. We earn it with, you know, wages from a regular job. You do your work and you get paid a fair day of wages. Not really a fair day of wages, but, you know, you get paid, you know, your daily bread. Okay. It's honest pay, honest living. Being right here, this is not honest living. So we're going to go here. I want to make a couple points before we get into, you know, the video going into Michael Jordan, and we're going to break down this and give you the milk of it, you know, and show you, you know, They used him to get you to worship this system, the beast system. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19, a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. And money does answereth all things. It does. But sometimes that answer is different. Sometimes money can be what? A witness against you. Sometimes it can be what? A defense. And we're going to go into that scripture. Okay. But when you love money, the love of it, when you love it like so much, you're willing to do whatever you got to take for it. That's where it makes money as a witness against you, because it said, I'm going to pull it up next after this. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12, it says, for wisdom is defense and money is a defense. So money is not wicked. It's the love of it. So you have to understand that, and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. And what is life? What is life? Understanding the truth, understanding how to use money. Okay. And money is time. Okay. It's also time. So I want to go into this other precept before I make a point. This is why the Lord said this. Because if you do this, then you're going to end up eventually what? Loving money. So I said it's hard for a rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Because they end up falling in love with money because all the stuff that it gives them, carnally. And it's not balanced with the spirit. And it chokes the word. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 4. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. So we're not supposed to labor to be rich. We're not supposed to be on the planet to get rich. Okay? We're here to be servants, to serve Yahawashi. Okay, the payout comes after he comes back. Till then, we're supposed to be serving the Lord in meekness, humbleness, and not abusing the world, which is what? Taking more than what you need. It's Matthew chapter 20, verse 9. It reads, and we're going to get to the point to show you that money can be spiritual as well. And it reads, and this is going into a parable about basically the laborers, the ones who were the prophets doing the work. That's what this is talking about. Okay. And he considered the truth, this salvation, this truth, and this inheritance as a penny. Okay. Matthew chapter 20, verse 8. So when even was come, this is Yahawashi speaking, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from last unto the first. Okay, so everybody was going to get paid because they did something with their penny. Verse 9, and when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny, which is going into spiritual wealth. Okay, so money does answer all things. It answers things spiritually and physically. And money, in that day used to be resources. Okay. But now those resources has been translated into that dollar. Okay. That's just a measuring tool for how many resources you get. But true money is resources. Okay. The dollar is just an extension of that. We used to trade gold and silver because those are actually what? Resources. But now since the world has been weaker through age, now it's they're using paper, so they to give you a false narrative of like you're rich, but you're not, because you don't have any resources. You have the money with their face on it, and you have to go to Esau, even the so-called white man, to get your shit. Okay. So they're actually the ones who have riches on this side right now. But we, the hopeful elect, have riches in the spirit. And that shows you a way money answereth all things, because we have money, spiritual, and we got a little bit of karma money, but that's just, it's really just to keep us alive, to facilitate the spirit. And then they have all of the physical money. And like we said, it answers all things. And we're going to show you the money that Michael Jordan made throughout his career and the things that he did. It answered and showed that he sold out, man. He sold out, and he picked that one of them doors. Okay. Like he said, I don't know if it was some sacrifice shit on the left or some, some element OP shit on the right. Right? He said I went straight, and he said he ain't went double platinum ever since. Why you think Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time? And when we finished talking about him, the person who basically took his place is LeBron James, and we're going to point it out. We're going to point it out and show you how we know. Okay? Numbers don't lie, Jake. They never lie. So let's get into this. And Lord willing, this is edifying, especially to people out here. Y'all idolize this man. You need to, understand the wickedness that this man do to get to his level. And this is how it is throughout all industries of the earth. These are just the ones that are mentioned because these people are famous. Okay? So let's get into it. And we're gonna, like I said, pick out the bones. There's certain stuff I'm gonna pause and mention, like, okay, this guy didn't know that, and we're gonna explain it. Okay? So let's get to it. Right here, as you Slakia. Oh, okay. Anyways, as you can see, you got Scottie Pippen right here with 33 on him, right? And we know that the Illuminati, as we were talking about, they have, that's their highest degree. And you even had Shaq, he was a 33rd degree Mason. Okay. We know George Washington, he was a Mason. You got Skull and Bones. Okay. That was the first fraternity ever to be instilled into America Babylon the Great. So these are things that why you had Noriega saying what? He was saying what? Oh, this is, this is, this is the Illuminati. They're real. Okay. So going back into it, I'm going to show you what they did to Jake to get, our people to worship the beast system. Okay.
I would like to present to you all the information I have gathered over the last 10 years by randomly and gradually looking into Michael Jordan's connections with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. One of, if not the greatest inventor and genius to ever live, Nikola Tesla, said if you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe.
Now, when he was saying that ain't nowhere in the scriptures, okay? There's no such thing as some key to the universe going into them numbers. But we do know that the Lord sent Satan to do the bidding of the Lord through Esau, even the so-called white man. Esau, even the so-called white man, are the Luciferians, the light bearers, Illuminati. They're the ones who got their eyes on the dollar. You know what I mean? And GMS Dedication, he posted, I'm gonna have to put it down there. Rawchaa put it down there in the comment board. He goes into that symbolism, okay, into the dollar, okay, and they are trying to basically create history, okay. They're doing and like I said, with their many witchcrafts, with they deceive many. They're lying wonders. This is one of their lying wonders, okay. Sports, okay. It's all rigged. So we're gonna show you.
It started off with noticing weird coincidences at first and marveling at them for a while before I took it serious enough to do some real digging. What I have found may scare you, and it may open your eyes to the magical world we live in. What it definitely should do is make you realize this is not a coincidence and something else has to be affecting our world and our lives. based on the enormous amount of information I have compiled, numbers don't lie. And Michael Jordan is the best example for this. Let me start with my childhood fascination with the greatest basketball player of all time, and quite possibly the greatest athlete in mankind's recorded history. Michael Jordan has amazed me ever since I was a young child. I watched his highlights in utter disbelief that somebody could do such unbelievable things, from making layups with his back facing the basket, to flying in the air, dunking on everybody, to flying from the free throw line looking like he's walking on air, to simply taking over the game with sheer determination and will to win. Nothing is more inspiring than somebody focusing so hard on a goal that there is no doubt they will achieve it. I've seen basketball players, the NBA's finest, like Magic and Bird, talk about Jordan like he is out of this world. Larry Bird once said that Michael Jordan was God disguised as a basketball player. When I was 16, I read his book, and he said that after he got cut from his high school basketball team, he went home every day and hung upside down so that he could grow taller. And over the summer, he grew about 4 inches and came back and made the team, and the rest is history. He made me believe that I could do whatever I wanted to. But like most of us, life goes by and we forget about the actual magic that we can produce in our lives if we truly believe. I came across his DVD set. It was called The Ultimate Jordan, and it had all of his early documentaries they did on him. And I would just watch all of his highlights and the stories on him. And I would just watch in amazement. He was like a god to me, the way he...
You had this Jake talking about MJ. There's a lot of people that was like this, man. And they was worshiping the beast system, man. Watch.
Flew in the air. He was just defying logic. And very sadly, I was a little too young to remember watching him as a bull. But in 2001, when he came back to play for the Wizards, me and my brother taped every game that was on TV. He was not the same player as he once was, but the focus and determination was still there to marvel at. And
when he say, what he say he came back, right? 2001, what was that? 9/11, right? That's when 9/11 happened. Same year, same day, same day of 9/11, you had Jay-Z, that a lot of people idolize still to this day. Jake, he dropped his movie called his album called The Blueprint on the same day. And there's so much other stuff tied to it, but we just gonna stick with the topic. Me and Zaquan Harag, Elder Harag, we went into a video going into, the Back to the Future was a 30-year warning of 9/11, right? And basically the place in the movie, when they shot the movie, it was 1985, okay? And that was the same year Michael Jordan was a rookie of the year. He came in a year before, and in 1985 he was rookie of the year. Okay? So we're going to point out some stuff and show you like how rigged this stuff is. And frankly, why I don't really watch a lot of sports. It's not evil if you do watch sports, but you need to know that this stuff is getting you to worship the beast. Okay? That's what it's for. NATO and the EU, the system, the beast system.
And he became the oldest player to score 50 points. Needless to say, he was my idol. I went outside and tried to imitate his moves. I'm sure just like millions and millions of other kids and adults as well. With a lot of my attention on his career and stats, I started to see a really strange pattern of numbers occur. So I had a new reason to look into who and what Michael Jordan is. With more and more research, I became convinced this couldn't be a coincidence. So this is what the video is about. Michael Jordan's numerology and what it could mean. Okay, let's start with the basics. He is 6'6" with 6 championships. Now that stat alone raised my eyebrow to wonder about what the greatest athlete in mankind's history has been up to. Jordan's number is 23. 2 divided by 3 equals 0.666666. 2 times 3 equals 6. When he came back from retirement the first time, his number was 45. 4 plus.
And he's going to start adding it up. And these devils, they believe in what we call numerology. We're going to look it up real quick. Most people know what it is, but we're going to do it for edification's sake, and we're going to pull up the actual definition. Okay, because it said in the left-hand side of the Lord, he said that he made Esau wiser than Daniel. So they are like smart enough to do some shit like this. Okay. It says
numerology,
the branch of knowledge that deals with the occult, right? Significance of numbers, right? Occult. What's an occult? Right? Because it said that they did many wonders, magical wonders.
occult,
Supernatural, mystical, or magical beliefs, practices, or phenomena, okay, of involving or relating to supernatural, mystical, magical powers or phenomena, okay? Communicated only to the initiated, okay? This word.
esoteric,
intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest. Okay, that's what they're doing. Only the ones who were illuminated is going to get this. Same way over here on the right-hand side of the Lord, the ones who were illuminated in the truth, you know, and we'll pull that precept up because it's one of me and Zaquan's favorite scriptures to show you there's a right-hand side of the Lord illuminated too. The Lord said good against evil and evil against good. There is a wicked brotherhood and a righteous brotherhood. I did a video on it, a while back. But, we're going to try to keep it milk-wise, not go too deep. But numbers don't lie, Jake. And you got to be careful what you watch because a lot of this stuff, when you idolize it, you're actually idolizing the beat system. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 32, and it reads, but call to remembrance the former days, in which after you were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of afflictions. And it even says a person who is righteous, he maketh himself a prey. That's why we know we're going through a big fight of afflictions, because we're fighting to be righteous. Verse 33, partly whilst ye were made whilst ye were made a gazing stock, right? Both by reproaches and afflictions, right? Because it's partly, because really they're astonished that we have this knowledge, okay? That we have been illuminated to understand their illumination and understand the Most High's illumination is going to be brighter than theirs and destroy them, okay? So that's why it's partly. It said they'll wonder whose names is not written in the book. And when you look up that word wonder, it means to admire. So at the same time that you got the heathens, putting us through reproaches and afflictions, they really admire what we're doing. That's why you see a lot of people when they come by, they be dead, stop looking at you like, oh shit, they're awake. Okay. They've been wondering all these times they've been here, they've been wondering who the elect is. Who is the actual Illuminati. That's why Esau Edom tried to make his own, tried to make this damn half-baked ass brotherhood. And it's not going to work. And partly whilst ye became companions of them that were so used. You know, and that's how we came into the truth, all of us being afflicted by our enemies. And, you know, we came together to stand up for what's righteous, what's right. You know, so going back, they're using these numbers to give you the initiated certain understandings of why things are playing out like this. Okay. And that's how you even have some of these people who probably placed bets on Michael Jordan and made millions of dollars because they were initiated. They gave them the understanding that everything that they're doing is rigged. Okay. Continuing.
4 plus 5 equals 9. 9 is simply an upside down 6. So whoever designed the numbers decided to make the numbers 6 and 9 the same exact symbol, just flipped. So his Olympic number is 9. He wore the number 12 for one game, which equals 3. So all the numbers he wore turn out to be 3, 6, and 9. This will be the reoccurring numbers I will talk about. Michael Jordan wore 45 for 22 games. Then he switched back to 23 on his 23rd game back. That's just...
And really, like, you know, he was kind of going off a little bit because, you know, 23 is not, you know, when you add it in numerology, it just equals 5. So this is where he's going off at. But he was trying to just cram in whatever little, you know, whatever he thought was going to be right. Really, 23 goes back to Edom. Okay, Esau, Edom, and it goes into, you know, showing that this is one of his strong ones. Because you remember Esau, Edom came out red, right? So he's wearing a red bull shirt. Okay, you know, it's going back to Esau, Edom, you know, and from that be coming to the camp. He sent me a video just going back to the old roots, and my mom used to watch it all the time. But it was a spirit that he sent that just before I did this video. But he it was like saying like it was Kuta Kinte. He was like, yeah, Toby be a real good master. He be great. And then Esau, even so-called white man, was like, yeah, you did good on this plantation. We'll use you. That's how our people are today. Okay. So, and when you really get into it, the number 23 on the color spectrum is red. So they're really doing all this to show, you know, that they're in control of this. Okay. But you know, when you do 2 divided by 3, it's what? 0.66666. And he's 6'6" with 6 championships. Okay. Because the number 6 isn't wicked, but they're using it, okay, for occult magic. Okay. To what? Implement the MOTB, which the number was what? 600, 6. Okay. That's what they're doing to get you enticed to be like, damn, if I'm going to be able to watch sports and be able to be part of society and stuff, all this stuff that I really admire, I got to take that shit. That's what this is, predictive programming, to get you to stick with that and go with it. Okay.
That's just a little fishy. Not to mention, 23 is the 9th prime number. He played 15 years. 1 plus 5 is 6. He came into the league 3 times and retired 3 times. His career points per game is 30.12. 3 plus 1 plus 2 equals 6. He was Rookie of the Year in 1985. 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 5 equals 23.
Right. And you know, that's when we was talking about that movie Back to the Future came out. Same year he was Rookie of the Year, right?
And obviously we know what 23 equals. He won his championships in a pair of 3s. Yes, 2 3s. And this one blew my mind when I seen the picture of this. I knew right away this is no joke. Are you ready for this? On the 6th game of his 6th championship, he hits the most famous shot in finals history to win the game, and the iconic photo was took with, you guessed it, 6.6 seconds left. I don't know what to say. On the 6th game of his 6th championship, he hits the game-winning shot, and the photo is took with 6.6 seconds on the clock. Man.
And then when you even look too, that 8 plus 7 is 15, which means 6. They're plotting all this. And then you got both of them 23, 33. Okay. And without Scottie Pippen, he wouldn't have won all them championships. Okay. This is all symbolism and you know, for you to idolize the system that has Jake doing this shit. Okay.
His first 6 years, he didn't win a championship. Then he wins his next 3 and retires after 9 years at the age of 30. Wait, what? So his first 6 years, he didn't win a championship. Then he wins the championships 3 years in a row and retires after 9 years at the age of 30. That's crazy. You should prepare yourself because shit gets crazier. So then after he retires, he comes back at age 32. He eventually loses in the playoffs against the Magic. Next season, he's 33 years old and he begins his second three-peat. Now at 33, he has the greatest season ever.
We going back to that Illuminati occultism, and we already went into JFK. All his assassination is dealing with 33 all over it. And one thing that I mentioned in one of my lessons, that all the death penalties is on the 33rd degree latitude line, and it runs through Texas, and that's where he was. That's where John F. Kennedy was killed. Okay, and that's also the line where we went to war with everybody. That Syria is on that line, Iraq is on that line, Iran is on that line. Okay, this has all been planned out and orchestrated by Yahawah, Bahasham, and Yahawashi, because he sent the wicked to do what? Do the bidding of Satan for the Most High. Satan works for the Lord. Okay, and one thing, Zaquan, we were in the spirit talking yesterday. You know, even though Esau Edom is going to get wiped away forever, Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, is still going to be on the heathens. Okay, the other heathens. That's how they're not going to be able to be perfect. They're going to die. Okay, because the wages of sin are death. So they're not going to. You know, Satan's going to. He's going to be, you know, jacking somebody up forever. He's always going to be on somebody. He's going to be on the other nations. And those spirits that was in Esau Edom, more than likely, they're going to do what? They're going to go back into the other heathen nations, and they're going to be what? Other nations. You know, that spirit, whatever that spirit is, because he said, Wisdom of Solomon 12:1, his incorruptible spirit is in all things. So it's incorruptible. It can't be destroyed. So he just transfers the energy to another, you know, after he gets rid of that seed line, you know, but that's what I've heard from, you know, the elders and apostles. You know, that's you know, as much as that we can go with that. We're not sure exactly what he's going to do. He could do where he just completely get rid of those spirits forever, or he could do that, you know, so we'll see. But we know that the spiritual demon Satan, he is going to be on the heathen. That's why they're going to still fuck up. Okay. He's going to work for the Lord forever. That's his job, to instill wickedness in the earth. This is proof to show that he's doing it. And a lot of people don't know the Lord. They don't really know that he implemented wickedness in the earth and good. And that's when you don't know that, then you don't know Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You don't know this Bible. You have to understand those aspects. That's why we try to do this and put this out here for people to break these strongholds, man. This is a stronghold for Jake. Michael Jordan was a big stronghold for a lot of Jakes, man. You got to understand what he did was wicked. We're going to prove it.
He led the Bulls to a 72-win season. 7 + 2 = 9. Then he retired at age 36 in 1999. You can flip that upside down if you wanna, and that's 666. Then he returned once more in 2001 at age 39 and played 2 seasons with the Wizards to ultimately retire in 2003. Yeah, 2-3. You can't make this stuff up. Now, I'm not saying I even believe in the devil. I'm not really a religious person, but these sick,
You know, he started saying all this or whatever, but this is not, you know, we know this is the number of the beast, but we know that they're using him to basically entice you to do that. I'm gonna just speed up a little bit because he just talking for a second.
6.6 seconds on the clock while he's wearing 23.
All right, now we're gonna get back.
All right, sorry, I gotta get a grip. All right, so he did that while he's facing Utah, which just so happens to be the Mormon state. Now, let's just take a viewpoint that these sixes may show that he sold his soul to the devil.
Well, who is the devil? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Devil just means deceiver. That's why we've seen that Edomite walking up to that person's garage and they had this on his head. That Baphomet red ass shit. Red. It was a red ass mask. See? This talking about these motherfuckers, man. These are the devils that the Bible speaks of. Okay?
Now, he plays for the Bulls, and the logo is of a horned beast with blood on the tips of the horns. Now, just ask yourself what other logo has to do with blood and violence. And what is the offense that got presented to him that led to him winning all those championships? Yeah, it's the triangle offense.
Right? The triangle offense. We're going to pull this up because I want to add this going into the dollar. Okay, we're going to go to GMS dedications page and we're going to pull up his post that he did earlier. And it was the spirit that he did that. That's what really also led me to get into this. We're just about done. Shalom to all you sincere believers out there. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, Barak, Atham. See if I can find it. I'm looking. Come on, where is it at? It's got to be new. It's got to be new. Because I had one of the Akia send it to me. Yeah, I'll just find it later. But he shows all the symbolism of it, man. He posted it on his community board, but I'm not seeing it. So let's just get back to it. Salakia. But You know, they got the pyramid on the dollar. Okay, everybody knows. Continuing.
Now, look at his logo, the Jordan logo, and it definitely looks like a triangle. Now, Jordan, when he's dunking on people and when he's driving in the lane, he's sticking his tongue out like a lizard, like a snake, like the devil.
And that part was going off. Okay. That's not what the devil looks like. The devil looks like Trump. Okay. And it doesn't matter if he has his tongue out or not. Okay. Esau Edom is the devil. This is where the guy's going off. But hey, you know, he was on point with Michael Jordan selling out to the devil. So he's not all the way wrong.
Now, what is truly amazing is when I started looking into the Bulls organization, they were established in 1966.
Right? So they were established in 1966. Watch this. Watch this. This is how you know all this shit is rigged. We're going to go into this. When was Michael Jordan's dad born? Okay. July 31st, 1936. Right? So Michael Jordan, when was he born? Same year. Same year JFK died. Okay. February 17th, 1963. Okay. And 3 years later, the Bulls has originated. Okay. 3 years later. Okay. And then after that, 33 years later, after 33 years, he makes 6 championships and he's 6'6". That is the stuff, the lying wonders. Okay. Magic, witchcraft, trying to create history. Okay. To get you to what? Sign into this shit. Take the MOTB. That's the ultimate goal. To get everybody fucking chipped. Okay.
And 33 years later, at age 36, Jordan wins 6 championships and retires. You have to be shitting me.
When you go into his baseball career, it's all the same shit. His 6s all over it. It's the same shit.
Something can't be right here. Is this the Twilight Zone? This doesn't make sense. Is this real life? How is this possible? What is going on? Who is pulling the strings of Michael?
And we know who's pulling the strings of Bahasham, but we're going to point out something real quick. Watch. Okay. You remember that movie? Right? You remember that movie that they came out and everybody liked it? Right? This came out 3 years later. Well, not 3 years later. This came out. Let me see. So you got. So basically, this came out maybe 11 years after, after he was in the game, really 10 years, because that first year he wasn't really all the way there. But this came out in 1996, right? Space Jam. Remember that? Everybody knows Space Jam. Now look at the new guy, LeBron James, a new legacy, right? The new Space Jam, and in that movie, he's wearing the number 6. Okay, and what does he wear? Why do you think they call him King James? Because what? He's wearing the number 23. He's taking, on the same thing that Jordan did to get his riches. Okay, that's why they call him that. Okay, let me see when that one came out. See when the one in Lebanon James, his came out. We know he say LeBron. I just say Lebanon. No, I don't want the shoes, motherfucker. Somebody want them ugly ass shoes. That came out in 2021. Okay. So, whatever. They kind of just, threw him in there. But in this movie, because I even went and watched it, so I was like, let me see if I can get something out of that. And he's wearing number 6 in the movie before he gets his little Toon Squad shirt. Okay? So that's why they're calling him King James, because he's coming and he's following the footsteps of Michael Jordan. Okay? All this shit is rigged.
Of Michael Jordan, who is in control of this world. Now, what I've recently found out is that the devil himself, according to the Bible, he is the prince of the power of the air.
Which just basically means he controls the physical world, the Lord commands him to do stuff. Doesn't mean like, what he's about to say is not really talking about that.
What? Air Jordan? Who soars through the air like no other before him? Now,
and whatever, they go, like he said, he goes into that, but it's really got nothing to do with that. That scripture has just to do with Satan. He is the prince who comes as, as a malicious force, a wicked force. And, he uses vessels to do the bidding of the Lord. It's not really talking specifically just about Jordan. This is just showing that Jordan is dealing with Esau, even so-called white man and devil.
Now, I don't know if these numbers are bad, if they represent the devil, or if the powers that be who control the world want us to think that anything associated with the number 6 is the devil, and the mark of the beast is 666.
So the number 6 isn't wicked. The mark of the beast is, okay, which is the RFDI chip you put in your right hand in your forehead, but the number 6 is just a number, okay?
To point out, when he switched from the bulls to the wizards, he always remained a bull, simply because the wizards used to be called the bullets. The bullets. Now that shit is crazy. Not only that, wizards? I mean, what are wizards? They practice black magic. Now that shit is a bit too creepy. What is his nickname? The Black Cat. That's bad luck. And his numbers 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals 13. 23 plus 45 is 13. The bad luck number.
It's not going back to bad luck. It's going back to the 13 colonies Esau set up over here to make Babylon the Great. It's not a bad luck number. It's just tied to what they're trying to say is tied to the system that was set up by Esau Edom. Okay?
And his nickname just happened to be the Black Cat? And if somebody were to sell their soul to the devil,
Right.
the devil does give you what you want. But in the end, the devil takes away the main thing you love the most. And the main thing he loved the most was his dad. And his dad got murdered on July 23rd. It seems he made the ultimate sacrifice. I'm not saying after he got cut from that basketball team that he prayed to the devil to make him the greatest basketball player of all time. I don't know. It just seems that way. The numbers are very scary, and they just keep going and going, like his initials.
We can stop right there. That's enough. That's enough. But basically, as he was saying, right? So his dad died, right? His dad died on July 23rd, 1993. And they found him in a river, right? And what happened 6 years later or 3 years later? Space Jam, okay? He went left. When that door came up, Noriega was talking about, you go left or right or straight. He wanted to be the best, greatest basketball player of all time, right? So what'd he do? Gave his dad up, man. And if you don't believe that, whatever. You know, we're not here to convince anyone, but this is a depiction to show you, you know, that these people do actually sell their souls to Esau, even so-called white men, and they give up somebody they love, okay, to keep going, or you get what? Bent over. That's what we're saying. You're not getting that high up, and you just, your ass just through your skills. So we're going to end it right there. Lord, when is edifying to the flock. Scripture of the day, oh, come, let us sing unto the Lord, right? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. It is a joyful noise to the Lord when he sees us what? Defending Israel. You know, exposing the wickedness of this place. That is the song of Moses. You know, exposing the wickedness in this place and you know, bringing salvation. Okay, through the blood of Yahawah, Yahawashi. That's the only way we're getting out of here. So Shalom to Elect Israel, hopefully Elect Israel, Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, Messianians, Haitians, foreign Israelites, elect to the nations, cat across 4 corners of the earth. Want to give our praise to Barak there, Yahawashi. Gotta give our praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Peace and blessings to the elect. Kwame Asarala, Wa Abba Abba. Shalom.